Welcome to another brand new edition of Sports Night. I'm Seth Nutting. Walston Hoover Stadium was full of new things Saturday, and the Wartburg football team was looking to bounce back from a loss to Bethel in their final conference game against Carthage.
Hands it off to Domeyer, straight up the middle. Domeyer.
In the first quarter, Brandon Domeyer gets a very nice start to the Wartburg Knights game with a 24-yard touchdown run. But after the field goal was snapped, it was no good. The Knights are up 6-0. Carthage's quarterback, A.J. Simoncelli, takes the snap here, runs the ball into the end zone after a couple of nice juke moves. The extra point is good for the Carthage Redmen as they're up 7-0. On the next possession for the Knights, Brandon Domeyer collects his second touchdown of the day, and Wartburg leads 13-7. The Knights get a nice goal line stop on fourth down, and the score is 13-7 going into halftime.
I mean, just not for, stopping them and not letting them score, but just for the team in general, just getting momentum.
It's coming from the Knights.
In the second half, the D makes another big play as Logan Pitts reads Simoncelli and steps in front of the receiver. He returns the pick all the way to the Carthage 35 early in the third quarter. Then on the very next play, it's quarterback to quarterback as Logan Schrader tosses it to Taylor Jacobsmeyer, who jukes 37 yards to the end zone to put Wartburg up 20-10.
It was great. I mean, I'm glad I can help the team in any way I can. Coach calls my number. I want to be able to perform.
Later, Jacobsmeyer shows he can make plays with his arm too as he finds Donald Miller over the middle for a 30-yard touchdown to seal the victory. Wartburg bounces back from a loss to Bethel with a 27-10 victory in their final non-conference game. Wartburg is now 2-1 heading into their only bye week of the season. The Knights will look to avenge 2 straight one-point losses to Simpson when they host the Storm in their Iowa Conference opener October 5th. Football wasn't the only team at home last week. After a short break, we'll have highlights of soccer and volleyball. Stay tuned, Sports Night is back in 2 minutes. While the football team was battling Carthage on the gridiron, the soccer team was playing the Redmen just down the road on the pitch. The Knights had many chances to get one past the Redmen early as this free kick was turned away. And on their next try, the corner kick was snatched up by the goalkeeper. Carthage also had many chances but couldn't find the back of the net. The Knights would get on the scoreboard first as senior Bob Brown makes his penalty kick, putting the Knights up 1-0. And a couple of minutes later, the Redmen would get an equalizer as Cesar Garcia sends a nice pass to Ryan Crane, who gets the ball under control and puts it past Zach Holmeyer. In the second half, it was a hard-fought match by both teams, but in the 60th minute, Bob Brown makes a nice pass, finding Paris Martins, who slips behind the Redmen defense and scores the game winner for the Knights. Final score, Knights 2, Redmen 1. The squad will play tomorrow at Gustavus Adolphus and then open up conference play Saturday at Co. The Wartburg volleyball team set a goal this season to not drop a set in Iowa Conference play. They got their first test against Central at home on Tuesday. The Dutch were the only team to take a set from the Knights in the Iowa Conference last year. Wartburg made sure that wasn't the case this season. The Knights were in action last Tuesday, taking on Central College in their first home game of the season. The gym was rocking on Parents' Night, and even UNI head football coach Mark Farley made the trip down from Cedar Falls to watch his daughter. The Knights started strong in the first set, with senior Kelly Neiman getting the kill here. Junior Bailey Wilson would take over from there, finding the soft spot of the defense, then smashing the next two down the line, giving the Knights an early advantage. Then, in what was perhaps the longest play of the night, a total of 19 players struck the ball before a point was scored. Here it is in high speed for you, with Kelly Neiman finally getting the point, putting the first match away by a score of 25-18. In the second, the Knights picked up right where they left off, this time Maddie Forsyth recording the kill. The Knights would run away with it in the second as the Dutch were left scrambling for most of the set. The front line dominated the second, sending 1, 2, and 3 kills right down the heart of the Dutch defense, taking the second set by a score of 25-17. In the third, the Knights put the hammer down, not giving the Dutch a chance for a comeback, with several underclassmen contributing. Kalen Ertz would follow the act, recording the final point of the game, giving the Knights a 25-15 win and sweeping Central 3-0. Reporting for SportsKnight, I'm Seth Nutting. The Knights traveled to Dubuque on Tuesday to take on Iowa Conference opponent Loras. Wartburg will be adding a new sport in the spring of 2015. I sat down for an in-depth interview with the newest member of the Knights coaching staff. Lacrosse. It's a word not many people are familiar with at Wartburg College, let alone the Midwest. After all, the top 5 states with the most lacrosse players are all along the East Coast. Currently, there are only 2 schools in Iowa, Loras and Dubuque, that have sanctioned lacrosse teams. Until now. Meet Wartburg's first women's lacrosse head coach, Danielle Fiala, a 2013 North Central College graduate and 2-time first-team All-Conference nominee of the Midwest Women's Lacrosse Conference. This will be Fiala's first head coaching position at the collegiate level.
I was very excited. I landed my dream job right out of college.
Fiala applied for several other head coaching and assistant coaching positions, but said Wartburg felt like the right place to be.
Wartburg was kind of the place that I loved the most. I researched it in pictures, and the W kind of sold me on it.
Wartburg is known as a Division III athletic powerhouse, but Coach Fiala must start the new lacrosse program from the ground up, a challenge she is looking forward to.
It's definitely difficult in Iowa, which is kind of the struggle right now.
From a coaching perspective, Fiala says being a former Division III player gives her a better understanding of where the players are coming from and how she can help them succeed, not only on the field, but in the classroom as well.
You're really a student first, which is important, and my future athletes will know that school is always going to be more important than lacrosse.
The Knights must deal with the challenge of playing only freshmen and sophomores the first year, but Coach sees this as a unique opportunity.
The game doesn't know how old you are, which is kind of great, so you can go out there and play just as well as a senior out there. It doesn't matter.
Reporting for SportsKnight, that was Seth Nutting. Thanks for watching Cedar Valley, and good night.